Hello and welcome back, my beauties. Today I'm going to show you my valley, so please hang on. It's probably going to be a little bit of a long video because there's a lot in the valley. So to start off, I'm going to be in the frozen lands, which I absolutely love. I recently saw someone do this little candied path, and I wish I had done the border for it at first, but it's a little bit of a pain to to the candies and then do the road. There's a lot of them, and I kind of ran out of sugarcane at that point. But over here, I have a little sitting area. I thought adding the pink would be really nice touches because they look like strawberries. Obviously a donut and just kind of like a cotton candy-esque type of vibe. Very candy, very sweet. I had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do with the It's a Small World tower, but I think right now it just fits really well next to this house. The song does get on my nerves, of course, a little bit, but I absolutely love it. There's not much really in this house right now, since this is brand new to me. I did this little inside out thing, as well as the little game cube, and I had the hardest time ever trying to configure this because I've been having a issue, a little glitch, where anything over here would just fall back on the floor after I saved it. Please tell me if you've had that issue and how to fix it, because it took me a few times literally turning the game on and off to finally get it this way, which I'm not 100% happy with, but I like it nonetheless. And I think having this little glowing pillar from, I believe it's Merlin's house, is a great touch. Something that's just very magical and majestic about it. And like I said, across the hall, there's nothing in this room that will probably make it something like a diner or some type of kitchen, which I usually do. So if you go across the pond over here, it's more of a winter wonderland for Anna and Kristoff. I have Anna's statue right there, which I think is absolutely adorable. I'm trying to figure out what to put in this area, so if you want, you can comment and I can definitely try some things that you guys suggest. Over here next to their house, oh hi Anna, I think she likes it. There's a little hot tub stall. I'm going to try and find a little hanger or something clothing related so it would be a lot more spa-like. And then over here is obviously Kristoff and Anna's house. I was actually surprised that it wasn't Elsa's for some reason. But Elsa does, I believe, still go in there. Or at least I know Olaf does as well. But across from the house, there's a little winter wonderland, warm, kind of hot cocoa, winter-esque eating area with a nice little table. We got a gingerbread house, some hot chocolate, a Yule log, which I absolutely love. I didn't really know what to do with these Yule goats, but I think they actually look pretty good over here. And if you cross the pond on the other side, I'm gonna round around over here. I definitely saw this winter wonderland draped trees look from someone else. I do not remember the video, but I absolutely fell in love with it, and I hope I did it justice, because there is no way I could completely change it into what they did. But they had these houses that were over here, as well as a little winter wonderland sitting area. We have some presents in a tree. It looks very Christmassy to me, which I absolutely love. I love the trees that are just hanging down. I think it definitely does create a winter wonderland type of look. And then over here, there is the water, or the well. Again, I tried so many times to basically edit this. I do and I don't like how the well itself has that snow underneath. I wish I could kind of get rid of the snow itself. But I like this area nonetheless. I think it definitely pieces it together. Over here I have my stove and my little stationery area where I can make things. I try and put these two in each biome. That way it's a lot easier and I don't have to go back to my house or go to another biome just to get these things. And over here we have Goofy's stall, as well as Nala's little piece over here. I think that's adorable. Down here I have a little musical kind of play area, as well as the little aliens that want to probably perform a little bit. Got some seating area. Again, I didn't know exactly what to do with these, with the little Eric couches, with little seaside couches. I can't remember what they're called right now. But again, I think they tie in really well together. Oh, Goofy's right there. If you go over to the corner over here, I have the balloon from Up, and I think it really pieces the valley together, or at least the forest, where there's some activity for you to do, as well as a decoration. I didn't know where else to really place it. And then over here is Woody's house with a little seance of aliens. And of course, Woody's house would not be complete without Buzz's, and no RV would be placed anywhere else but in a forest where they could camp. As well as a little outhouse over here. Over here, I have Goofy's house, which I absolutely adore right now. It used to be another little area where it was just Goofy's stall, but I didn't like how open it still was. It felt very incomplete, so I ended up getting these little stalls over here and making them, moving things around, and I think it looks a lot better right now. I know these are supposed to be for sitting more, but I really just like how the border actually looks with them. Over here I have Mirabelle's house. Again, for some reason, her house just screams more beachy look. Or more forest look, I'm sorry. I don't think it would be able to be placed somewhere else, though I have seen people place it in Sunlit Plateau before. Then over here, I have her little easel, something from Tangled, little kitchen area where you can cook. I wish you could play around with the piñata a little bit, just bounce it back and forth, make it a little bit more alive. I've seen people place the pillars right next to each other to create more of a decoration, but I like placing them back in their biomes. I have been able to open up Skull Island, so they're not exactly where they're supposed to be, but they are back in their biomes at least. And if we go over more towards where Merlin at least was, if you go across the bridge, I have a little romantic area, a little romantic restaurant. I think it's really cute having a little May here, a little statue. Again, some food placed on the tables, some torches to be lit up at night. Honestly, this place looks dreamlike when it's at night with all of the torches, all of the lights. It's absolutely beautiful. Over here, I haven't done anything really with Mike and Sully's house, but I mean, I got the skin, so obviously I need to use it for some reason. And I think just having the red brick in the forest kind of just fits. And I decided to do this little dark kind of street path which is made all by the carpets. You can actually, if I will, you can actually design it here in customization. I have the wooden one, and I made 2 different types for this road carpet. You can move them around, basically make what you want. And over right here, I have a little hidden area with the well. I'm really loving these rock paths. I think they do look really good, especially if you are kind of scrounging for any clay, any rocks, anything like that to create the paths, especially with the new update. I really wish there was a way to convert the paths that we already have to the ones with the borders, even if it takes a little bit more Dreamlight. But that may come in a different update altogether. Anyway, this is my plaza. So over here I have my little orchard area. It makes it really easy to actually grab things when I'm harvesting. I can lock my little friends up over here usually in their cages. That way it has the whole wave of food and it's a lot easier than just picking them up as I go. I can just pick them up at once. Please tell me I'm not the only one that locks the person in a cage. Over here is a little harvesting type of area. It almost looks a little fair-esque, I guess, with this little table. And of course, I love to have the foods as little decorations. I absolutely love how open my valley is as well. I don't like when anything is crowded, especially if it's tall building with tall building. The only exception to that is this little Chez Remy kind of plaza restaurant over here. The 2 buildings are together, but you can see that they're on the corners, and there is an area around it, so it doesn't feel cramped, really. Over here, there's a little sitting arrangement. It's almost like you're sitting at a bonfire, but I also love these little star areas. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without the food and tables. I have Chez Remy right here, as well as Remy's house. Hello, Ariel. A little bar with food. And again, a little area where I can just make food over here. I do have multiple of these just around the area, especially over here with my house. I have my little pet area over here, which I absolutely love. This idea of having the pets run free. Sometimes they get stuck over here and it's just kind of funny watching them. I have no idea what they're doing most of the time. But I have them as the more decorated animals right now. Excuse me. The only one-time offers that you don't have to feed, I have the little squirrel, the pink little choco crocodile, as well as Pua that I absolutely love, and the pink rabbit. And I did get my very lovely rainbow fox. If you haven't gotten it already, I definitely do recommend putting in the work and doing it. I think it took me around a couple of hours for everything, but that's also because I hadn't even started getting any of the potions. But it is very well worth it, and if you want it, it is literally through that little portal to the right when you get into the castle itself. And I did say that in another video, so if you want, you can go back. Is that Stitch? I heard his ukulele somewhere. Oh, he's all the way over there. But I did, with the rainbow fox, I did say that in another video, so you can go out and check that. Anyway, over here I have a little designated area where I can do all my crafts, all my food. I have my little stove here, as well as so many of these little chests. I just love hoarding them, and I love putting things in there and just stocking up. As you can see, I have literally all of the flowers. I basically copied and pasted pretty much all of the flowers and put them in order. A lot of work, but a lot of fun at the same time and very fulfilling. And again, right next to it, all of the gems. If you want to know where all of the gems are, you can look them up in the, in the collection area. You can go to gems, and that'll show you where each of them are, and how to kind of get all of them. Anyway, across from my house, there's a little sitting area with a gazebo. Really beautiful when it's lit up. And then Scrooge's store, which I absolutely love going to first thing in the morning, whenever I hop on, first thing, because that's where all of the daily things happen. Over here, there's a little sewing area, and I absolutely love these mannequins. I think it gives it a very fashionista type of vibe, especially a very classic Disney vibe as well, with the Cinderella dress and the Mickey's outfit. I wish he could wear that. I wish that was a clothing option that you can give him. But right next to Scrooge, where Elsa is right now. Yes, Elsa, there is a very special thing about this place. There is a little food station, as well as food itself. There's some boba and some ice cream, and just a sitting arrangement where people can just relax. One of my favorite areas right now is actually the Sunlit Plateau because I recently did this. So right when we come in, there's some waterfalls
Oh,
which I absolutely love.
Sunshiny days.
Me too, Goofy. Then there's also this little area. Again, I saw this on a video and I hope I did it justice. It had all of these sparkling trees and I have no idea how they did it, but I think it looks pretty good. I absolutely love this little sitting area. You can just sit and relax, and I think it's kind of picturesque, honestly, with this area. One of the things that actually took me a little bit to figure out was putting spaces in between these little border paths, because I used to get stuck all the time with the chest all the way back here or somewhere where it was unreachable, and I literally had to edit to move the rock, get the chest, and then move the rock back, and it just took so much time. So I hope that's a little something for you to take out. Over here, I didn't know exactly what to do with the dragon more, but I think he fits here more too. Over here is my little Dreamlight area with my little well. Of course, I can check out where everything is, as well as Wally's house. There's a little gardening table or a little picnic table, a little stove. This is where my inventions and all of the things that I can make are basically made. It's really easy having things in each biome. But if you go all the way back here, so this is Simba and Nala's rock, and a little baby cub. I absolutely love it because it lights up at night. Again, I love these little rock paths, and I love how it leads over to this Vitalis mine. I think it's a really cool kind of secluded area. And then over here, again, a little waterfall. I'll probably do something with the back of it. And then a little spa area. I think that's really cool. Again, a little hidden path that kind of reminds me of a forest type of area, where you can easily reach the rocks that are back here, so nothing is shut off from you. And then, of course, Scar's area. I have to do a lot of dryness, bones. I still need to finish the path over here. but I love having these little bones over here, and you can easily get those as well. Now off to the Forgotten Lands. So right when you get into the Forgotten Lands, I have my little witchy house that's over here. It's very dark and I absolutely love it. It reminds me of Halloween more. And of course, you would need this little stone fireplace from, I believe, Tangled. I think that's where you get the horns from. Back here, it's more of like a witchy type of room. And then this is by far one of my favorite rooms. I have all of the gems, ginger, stones, all of that over here. And it's kind of like a little potions room, and I absolutely love it. I've seen people put the pillars in the corners, which, of course, nothing wrong with it. But once I put it in the center, everything kind of fell together. And it really completed it. It really looks pretty good when it has the almost the 4 parts to it, I like to say. And then of course the kitchen is over here. Something of course more dark, sinister. I love having these little chairs here. Some food, a dark painting. I really tried to go with a lot of dark furniture with this because it is a witch's cabin after all. I feel like Maleficent would be proud. Or at least I hope she would be. And right across from it, you can see that I have a little bit of a graveyard. Up here is where Fairy Godmother sends you to get all of the orbs for the end of the game. And that's when it's stolen and all of that. It's a shame that we can't move this because I actually had another area type of planned out over here. And I think it fit better. But I had to move the gates back in order to accommodate it. Yes, it is a fine day. Little seating arrangement for people who want to cast some spells like Merlin just tried to do. Again, another seating arrangement outside, and I absolutely love these green lights. I think it definitely gives it more of a sinister, kind of Halloween spooky type of vibe. And over here, of course, Fairy Godmother needs to have a pumpkin patch of her own. I will not harvest these as much as I know that they cost a ton in the game and that they can basically make me more rich. I will not harvest them because I think that they just look really cool. Over here is Merlin's house. I had to have these 4 pillars to just shape where the path is, as well as, I believe you get this through Donald's storyline. Again, when I got it, I had no idea what to do with it. Usually those disappear back into your inventory so you can place stuff later. This one I just put there because I thought that it looked good. And then of course I edited everything. Over here is Merlin's little study area where he has the gems. And of course a beautiful little raven. And this little gem camping area, I guess. Again, I had to put the lights over here. They're not green, but they are more gold, which I love. I love filling out the areas with these little plants, these little bushes. It adds a lot to the decoration, I feel like. And it's basically a very easy decoration to have as well. But if we go through over here, this is where the stall is. I might add a couple of things, but I absolutely love how it looks right now. It's very simplistic, very open, very easy to get to as well. I have the little well here, I have Goofy's little stall, I have, again, a stove and a little area over here that I can make things, decorative pumpkins, and it's absolutely beautiful, I think. If we go down here to the Glade of Trust, I recently did this path area because I think having it out in the open um, wasn't really suiting like the area for me, so I decided to just decorate it a little bit. Again, using the little rocks as paths. I like twisting them around so they're not all uniform. I love having these trees over here. Again, it's kind of easy to just grab them, and I moved 3 of them here. Not much on that side, but I do love this look of the wood. Again, another idea that I got from another YouTuber. I think that she did it a lot better. Uh, but I still absolutely love the look nonetheless. And over here I have Ursula's house. Now, of course, I used to have her house on the beach, but it didn't really fit with the light atmosphere of the beach, and having those green eyes and the pink lights in the mouth just screamed the Glade of Trust. So I moved it over here, as well as Nala's little statue over here. Mother Gothel's house, I left pretty plain for the most part. I did have, again, this little path full of the rocks. I think it looks really good, but other people might disagree, might want something else. That's completely fine. A little well over here because, well, why not? And then over here, before we get to the beach, here's Goofy's little stall, as well as a cooking area. Something that's really easy to get to. And over here, if we come up, we actually come to my little garden area. I've done a 5x6 of 4 of these, so basically 120 plants. No, it's not the most efficient, some people might say. I know that people just cut out the paths and do ginormous areas. I don't think that looks too good. I like when things are broken up a little bit and it's a little bit more uniform and more natural. So I just did that for a minute. Over here, I have a little cooking area. Again, can't use this, but a little crafting and food area over here, as well as a container that has all of the crops. And you can see I have everything filled. Over here, I even have each of the biomes. I have all of the seeds that go in them. Again, I like to have at least 200 of each. I do need to get more wheat and more carrots probably. But you can tell from the signs which biome it is, so it's really easy for me to just go in and see, like, hey, I need to go into the Forest of Valor, so this is where it is, and I just grab whatever seeds I need. I love this little eggplant and pumpkin look. Over here, it's almost a half Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, half theme park-esque, because we have to have King and Queen of Disney, as well as the little theme park area. So we have the little Ferris wheel, the Dumbo ride, the teacups, as well as over here, a little picnic area that overlooks the beach. I absolutely love that. We have the kiosk to the left in Mickey's house that's to the right over here. and I am absolutely in love with these hedges. It took me so long to get them, and I used to be so frustrated because I would see them in pictures and I would want them, but they would never be in Scrooge's store and you could never build them. So when I was able to get them, I got 2 of them and designed this little area over here. I love how it leads up a nice open area to a little Mickey Mouse fountain. Same one that you can find in the castle, I believe. And then over here to the left, you have Minnie's house with a little garden. I probably need to put a little bit more flowers in here, but I think it looks good nonetheless. And then a little picnic area. I love adding picnic areas for some reason, and I think having these hedges really completes Minnie's house and really makes it a sweet area to kind of rest in. And of course, this is a more romantic kind of hangout area. You have some birthday cakes over here, as well as a romantic gazebo. And of course, what gazebo and what snacking area wouldn't be complete without trash cans? Over here, I absolutely love how these lions are basically perceived in here. This is basically the main event, the first one that you awaken, the first one that you put the orb in, and I think it's really significant having the 2 lions basically watch over it, and having the hedges as a way to cut it off, but also welcome it as well. And then over here, I have Goofy's stall as well as Kristoff's. Again, each morning I come down here, buy whatever I need from Kristoff's stall, and basically set it in my inventory. Sell anything to Goofy, and then basically just get a lot of money from it. Down here is my beach, where I have Ariel. I'm not quite too sure if I like these pillars here or not, or if I want to adjust them, but I think that they fit kind of well right now, as well as a symmetry. Over here is a little beach picnic area, so if Ariel and Eric ever want to have a nice little picnic, very romantic on the beach. And then of course, having Prince Eric's home, you have to have a giant clamshell next to it. Very Little Mermaid-esque. Then over here, I have a little, almost foresty area with a little pool in the back because houses need to have pools in the back. Very relaxing, very beach-esque. Very Eric and Ariel. And then of course the well over here. And more of the animals that I absolutely adore. I could not spend my money better on this little citrus turtle. I love it. I love it. Over here, like I said, I opened up Skull Rock and I'm really interested to see what they actually have in there. But over here I have Fairy Godmother's little gazebo, as well as the food table and all of that, and I think it's a really nice, almost retreat area. But I have seen people make this a Moana area, where they set her house over here and do a little front yard and backyard for her, which is also really adorable. Again, it's all about perception and whatever you want to make your valley. But over here is Maui's, because why not put a giant island right there? We have Moana's house right here, and I made sure to decorate it with the little fire pit that Maui gave us, as well as a little coconut making station and a little basket. Over here I have Moana's boat, where we can get the fish. And again, completely like me, I have a chest full of fish. So if I ever need to make anything, it's right here. Goofy stall, as well as Oh, I love when the turtles do that. They're so adorable. It's like they're playing peekaboo and hide and seek. But you have the little stove here as well as the little bench to make everything. And of course, Maui's statue. No idea what to do with this, but it stayed here ever since I placed it right at the beginning when I got it. And I don't think it looks too bad. Very Maui-esque. Got a little hammock over here. Again, I did see this little beach area where it's absolutely adorable. Having a little bar here filled with food. An Eric statue. Little palm trees, anything to kind of fill it up. Make it seem more of like a beach bar. And I like having this little sit-down area. It's very picturesque. You can just look out at the sunset with your best friend, whatever character you want, and just have a drink. This little coconut cup. And then over here is Donald's house. Again, place this right in the beginning, has not moved. I'm really loving the Daisy statue though at the front, and how it is literally called SS Daisy. I really hope that they bring Daisy as well as possibly Clarabelle, Pluto, any other characters in. I know that they're going to bring in the Beast as well as some other very beloved characters. I believe Eve is going to be one of them too, since she's on one of the photos. And I can't wait for that. But until then, we're going to have to enjoy Stitch's house over here, with a little hammock and relaxing area over here. Again, very relaxing, very Hawaiian-esque, and I think my outfit actually completes it. Anyway guys, that is my valley. I hope I didn't take too long, and I hope I gave you guys some ideas for yours. Be creative, take whatever you want from my ideas, make them your own, and have fun. I'll see you guys next time.